Hello, welcome to the Colourful Creativity podcast. My name is Carolien and this is episode 104. You can find me everywhere as Carolien, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Ravelry, the works. All the links are down below in the show notes on Ravelry or in the description box on YouTube. I have a web shop, colourfulcreativity.nl, and there is a Ravelry group where the show notes are. And that is the Colourful Creativity group on Ravelry. Well, welcome back everyone for all returning viewers and welcome to all new viewers. I hope you like it here. Subscribe down below. Thank you for spending some time of your day with me in these very crazy times. Yeah, I had to skip a week. I didn't knit enough. I mean, you're not interested in only seeing 2 inches of progress on a ribbed knit. At least that's what I'm guessing. That would have been like a super short episode. So I was like, I'll wait a week and have something real to show, which I actually have. I have finished objects. Yes, multiple. I have my contrast racer bra. Pattern is by Jessie May Martinson from Jessie May D Designs, and I absolutely love it. After finishing the main body, it flew off the needles. It was only 1 day, maybe 2 days of work because it was halfway through the first day after I finished the body, and yeah, it looks amazing. This pattern is not out yet. I test knitted it for her and it will actually come out tomorrow, May 1st. So maybe if you see this pattern is out. That could totally be the case. As you can see, the contrast racer bra is called contrast because it has one bit of contrast on the hem and here a little detail, and then of course this detail. Sorry about that. Binks was very naughty eating some thread on some fabric I left on the ironing board. Annoying piece of puss. As I was saying, here is the contrasting bit, and don't be afraid that there's intarsia. It's not. This is just duplicate stitched on, and you can totally leave it away. You don't have to. This is the back, the racer bra back, and I really like it. I had a photo shoot with it already. I will pop in a photo of that. Robert made photos of it. I might even pop in a few more than one. I think you saw them by now. The yarn I used is Colourful Smooth Sock, so kitty logo. My own yarn, the ball band, because I snatched the yarn from the shop. Sorry, not sorry. The colorway is called Quirky Rainbow. I guess you can see why. It's just a random speckle rainbow. I can see that I didn't pop in the end very well. I blocked it after cutting the ends, and I probably should have blocked it first and then cut the ends. The contrast yarn I used was this mini skein in Mermaid's Tail, the brand new color that I dyed for the birthday confetti yarn. I really love this color, so this is really my color. And all is on smooth sock, so same base. I used exactly 2 skeins and about 10 grams extra from a third skein. I was also knitting on a Rainbow Party cardie, and that's using the same yarn. So I was like, okay, I'll snatch a tiny bit of that, and I also had a tiny mini bit left over from my shawl that I used this yarn in, the Make Your Own Luck shawl. I think I even, yeah, I can show you. I think this mini is what was left over from the Make Your Own Luck shawl, and I just popped it into the cardigan because you never know when you need a tiny bit. Well, in this case I needed it for my racer bra. Always keep your leftovers. At least that goes for me. Yeah, loved it. I knit these on 3.25mm needles. That was one needle size smaller, I think, than suggested, because my gauge was off on the swatch. And I can say swatches are lying liars. They absolutely lie when they can. Because after measuring this, the gauge was totally smaller than it should have been. Instead of the 28, it was 32 stitches per 10 centimeters, which means that I probably could have gone with the 3.5mm. But I am very okay with this because it's really nice and tight and it keeps my boobs in place, which I really need. I'm looking weird because I heard Alaya and I can't see the Alaya. So looking if Mrs. Mischief is on a table. Oh god, this whole lockup is... Oh, she's mowing at Robert's door. Perfect, not in this room. Then I said I have 2 finished objects, and I do. I was asked if I could knit a pair of knitted knockers, which I generally don't do because the Breiboezem, or the Knitted Knockers organization in the Netherlands, does that. A, for free and just postage, and B, they know the sizes and I don't, so I have to ask someone what size would that be, and C, they have the right yarn, and I have no clue because we always got yarn without the ball bands. So then he asked Robert, or at least he replied with, yeah, but they are not because of cancer, and I am feeling a bit weird asking them, because as it turned out, Robert's friend is going to transition and becoming a she. So that was a surprise for both of us. We're totally okay, we're totally supportive. But yeah, the first reaction is like, holy fuck. And then you start to think about it, how hard it has to be for that person. For now, we call him a he because he's not physically changed and he's uncomfortable with being called a she. But of course I said yes. And I asked him the size he wanted, and well, here they are. A beautiful pair of pink knitted knockers. Yeah, I used Catania, just Schagenmeier, because we also have to check the sizing, if it feels right, if I have to make them bigger or maybe even smaller. And we were like, yeah, we can always buy yarn later, and we will try it with this first. So yeah, we'll see tomorrow, because that's when they will be picked up. Very, very excited about it, and also a bit scared. But actually, he feels the same. He already admitted that, so that's good. We're both a bit anxious and excited. So those are the finished objects, unless you also say that swatches are finished objects, because then I have 2 more. I am in a new test knit for, oh dear, I don't know her real name. I only know her Instagram name. Oops. Swanky Emu Knits, I think is what her Instagram handle is called. And it is the Biscotti top. It is a summer top, and I am planning to do it in cotton. So this is also a cotton yarn. This is Katona, and I have a few balls of this left in this color, and I really like it. So it's like, oh, I can try it. And the first swatch I made, that's this one, on the suggested needle size was too big. So I went down a needle size, and I'm probably going to knit this top on a 2.5mm. Oops. It's a sport weight, but apparently My gauge needs to be on the very small needle. So I'm going down a needle size again, and I hope that it's not a lying liar again, this swatch, because most of this top will be knit flat and not in a round like the racer bra. I've already bought some backup yarn because someone said, well, a full cotton yarn might not be the best for this kind of top because there's no stretch. But I'll show you that yarn in the acquisitions part. Oh, a little bit of water. Oh yeah, as you can see, I'm wearing a microphone. And I've already noticed I bump into it, so I hope that doesn't make too much noise. Fingers crossed. Then, in this cute little grey girl unicorn project bag, I have something that I will partially show you, because that's my work in progress at the moment, besides getting the test knit started. I am knitting this with Colourful Creativity soft sock yarn. And this colorway is probably Steely Dan or Hey There. And in here I have my sock design, and I'm showing you the back because I have just finished the heel flap and I want to keep the front as a surprise until the pattern comes out, and I've already got a plan for it now that I'm back on track with knitting on it. As you can see, it has a beautiful Eye of Partridge heel. It is knit from the cuff down, and I really like it. The other thing that's in here is my cable needle, so that will spoil a little bit of the front. It is a cabled sock. The pattern is called the Sleepover Socks, or Sleepover Socks, just like that. And the pattern is planned to be published on May 24th, which is my grand's birthday, her 90th. And these socks are inspired by a cardigan she made. I have a whole collection coming of 4 socks, or 4 pairs of socks, 4 patterns, all based on my grand's cardigans, but I'm slow. My knitting isn't the fastest at the moment, but my designing is even slower. So bear with me, I will just publish this one pattern this May 24th, and then we'll see when the rest will come. My sock mojo was very dead, but knitting on these is bringing it back, at least for this sock, and probably also for my other designs. I should have written down notes. I think I knit the first sock 2 years ago. Maybe it's only a year, but I think it was 2 years ago. Because last year was the renovation and I was totally overwhelmed. So probably this one has been knit 2 years ago, and the other pattern too. And they all just have one sock. So write notes, people. Write notes. It's important. So yeah, lesson learned. Make notes. I counted all the stitches and I put in stitch markers on the foot for how many rows I did, and I probably have to rip out the toe and knit a bit extra because the sock is a tiny bit too short. But we'll see when I get there. On this sock, I can make this sock fit and then open up the other one and then redo the toe. Just the tiny things. Yeah, that's actually all my projects at the moment. I have a lot of projects, but I'm just ignoring them. Acquisitions. It's a lot this time. I don't know how, but I managed to get a lot. First, I am starting with something that came earlier in this month, just around Easter. I think it was the week before. It was very matching for Easter. And it is, of course, my Clan of Igors from April, from Undercover Otter. So if you haven't had it yet, then I would suggest you just look away. I don't want to spoil it. It's a lot of fun, but yeah, look away. It's nice to be fun, or to stay fun. Here it is. This is Red Eyed, and this is based on the movie Night of the Lepus from 1972, and Petra made me look a little bit of the movie. It's horrible. Seriously. Super, super bad. It's like huge rabbits that want blood. And with 1972 movie making, seriously, it's super bad. There was also this gorgeous carrot pen. It is tacky as hell, but it is so fitting for this. It's a very nice fine liner, and it has a little white lid on it extra. Here you can see, this is how fine it is. And I just noticed that you can also pull this part out. I guess it's to remove the filling and add a new one. Oh, and it's actually, somehow, it's smelling like strawberries. Yeah, it's the pen that smells like strawberries. It's a carrot, but it smells like strawberries. That's odd. So that was one. Then, not directly knitting related, but it was crafting related. When I order from the wholesale store, sometimes I have to add little things to get above the amount that you have to buy. And I buy things that I really like for myself. So I got me this one. This huge embroidery floss package. There are 150 things of thread in there. I'm not sure what you call mini skeins, just skeins of thread. Well, yeah, I think there's a lot of colors, more than once in there, so I might be making some smaller packages, maybe even a prize package. So yeah, it's a lot of fun looking at it. And I haven't opened it, but I've been wanting to open it and sort out the colors and etc. for so many times, but I wanted to make it, to keep it pretty for you guys and not have it all open and messy. Yeah, that's the way I am sometimes. Then I am working on my advent calendar. I'm planning all the stuff to go in there, and it's hard to not tell you all, because oh damn, I'm so enthusiastic about some things, but it's all behind the scenes. I do not vlog about it either. I have to stay quiet, and I'm very grateful for my friend Petra, who puts up with me if I find something awesome again. I can send her a photo, look, look! Or if I have designed something special. So yeah, because of that, I ordered some things at the wholesaler, and they didn't make the cut. So what you see here is not going into the advent calendar. And I'm not saying there will be a substitution for it. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about the content of this year's advent calendar. So what I got is this project bag. And seriously, it was sold as a large project bag. Or maybe it was a large bag, but you can see my face now, right? The face that when I opened the package, I was like, what the fuck? Seriously, are you just kidding me? This is a Notions pouch, people. This is not a large project bag. So yeah, there's a extra pocket here in and here, and it is nice, sturdy material. It is from Knit Pro. They have a new line of all kinds of pouches and bags. Also for needle cases, etc. I also needed some extra cables for my Xiaogu set. So I got the 35 centimeter twist thread lace and the 55 centimeter twist thread lace, because I always think there's not enough cables in a set. So this will probably be my cable pouch. What do you do? The other one I ordered is this. This was sold also as a large project bag, and this is of course larger, but it wasn't shown that it was a boxy bag. It was packed flat, and seriously, the quality is not how I would buy it, or at least, and also not sell it at all. Here is a hole because of probably with sewing something went like, instead of nice straight lines or round lines, and yeah, it's more like a toiletries bag. It will probably work fine for a project bag. I will say there are 4 skeins of yarn, unwound, just loose skeins in there, and I could probably fit in 2 more or 4 and the knitting project. Look, these kind of skeins are in there. I have found a new yarn supplier, or new to me, and I'm going to try out some new bases, so exciting things coming. But yeah, it's ridiculous. The bags are just not up to my standards, so that was a definite no for the advent calendar. I also got myself a Nostepin. I had heard of it, I had never seen it in use, and again Petra showed me how it worked. She had one, and it was really nice looking at it, and she was frogging something and she was doing it with a Nostepin. So I was like, oh, that sounds nice, and actually right after that I could use it. So perfect thing, because I had a yarn barf in my ball of yarn, my cake, and the center came out and the rest was still good, so I only did the center and I popped it back into the rest of the cake, and it worked like a charm. So Nostepin, great thing. And that was all I got from my wholesaler. It's not, however, all I got. I also ordered some backup yarn for my test knit. I have got a cotton and cashmere blend, and this is 90% cotton and 10% cashmere, and this is Concept by Katia cotton cashmere. I got 2 colors. I got 3 balls of this one, and I got 4 balls of this one, because the sample knit for the test knit was also in 2 colors. I'm going to do it with the Katona in 1 color, and if I have time left I will probably do it with this one in two colors. And of course, if I like the pattern enough, that's also important. This is a sport weight. This is 310 meters in 100 grams. The balls are just 50 grams. I just did the math for you. The colorway, no, this is just number 70 and this is number 71. Very boring. but this is brown and this is khaki, I think. So yeah, it is brown. It's looking mustardy yellowish on photos and maybe here on camera too, but it's more a light brown. I'm very curious how it will knit up, but I haven't swatched yet because I was still swatching the other one. And since yarn travels very badly alone, I got sock yarn. And I got 4 balls because I'm greedy for rainbows. And I'm a sucker for gradients. So this is Yavel Twin. And the colorway is 820511. And this is a rainbow gradient. You can see it better on this side. It's going from green to blue. The inside is very difficult to see. It only shows you the yellow, but I assure you, if I dig further, there definitely is green. There it is. So, and all the balls are wound the same, so you should always end up with exactly the same socks. I think they, oh no, identical color change with every ball. Yeah, identical. So my head made unique of identical somehow. Whatever. Probably because it's in French. Identique. So yeah, identical color gradient on each ball. So this should be always the same, which I think is boring. So I will probably wind one ball one way and one ball the other way. So I would have opposite rainbows on each side. And I'm not sure I showed you this already. I got this from Caro's Atelier in Almere. I just ordered through internet, and absolutely perfect service. I ordered at 8:15 in the evening, and they say if you order before 9 p.m. they ship it the same day. 10 minutes later at 8:27 or something, I got an email it was shipped. So absolutely perfect. It was here the next day, and I haven't had a lot of packages being delivered to me the next day because the Dutch Postal Service is not ready for everyone ordering through internet. And this flyer also has a very cute crochet pattern for a magnet balloon. I could also see this as a brooch, but with all those little ribbons on it, this will be a cat magnet in this household, so I will not be making them. I wouldn't dare. I would call them Binks killers. I guess that is it for this time. Not much else to say. I think everything else is in the vlogs already. I am planning on doing a shop update next week for the advent calendars. I mean, the vlogs are pretty boring when I'm not dying, I think. But all behind the scenes, behind a laptop, ordering stuff, thinking out stuff, designing stuff, and hoping that you all are already in the mood for some advent shopping. I know a few of you have asked for it and are definitely ready, but yeah, it just feels odd to already open up the advent calendars, and otherwise it gives me a few months extra. Also with my surgery coming up somewhere between now and December, I'm guessing, and I'm hoping. I've been having quite some endometriosis pain in the past week that it felt like someone was stabbing me in my uterus. So I do hope that surgery is coming soon. So yeah, I guess that's it. That's just it. For the rest, you can watch the vlogs, and I hope to see you back again next time. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and stay inside as much as possible, I guess. Bye bye.